Okay, here we have a quote from Mr. Burling, the famous younger generation who know it all, and they can't even take a joke. Mr. Burling says this just after the inspector leaves and he realises he wasn't a true inspector. Yet despite this, Eric and Sheila still insist on feeling guilty. Ridiculous in his mind. Let's zoom in on some of the language of this then. Firstly, we've got the famous to describe the younger generation. Famous here is a sarcastic and unpleasant tone which really shows us his arrogance. It also, I think, implies that there is an understanding that there clearly is a younger generation that is becoming well known to be different from their parents. It's the beginning to demonstrate different views. You can have a read of the context box there to see how perhaps not in 1912 but a little bit later this became really, really evident. Now, younger generation itself creates a clear divide, a clear division, and Mr. Burling is a character who likes to create divisions between those like him, who he thinks are superior in society, and others who are inferior. We've previously seen this based on class, haven't we? How the upper class and middle classes like him are superior and the working class workers that he's got are inferior. Now though, this isn't just based on class, he's creating a division on age. We see throughout the play that rather than creating an equal society, both him and his wife like to create divisions between groups of people throughout this play. We've then got the phrase know it all. Now the arrogance of this is obviously quite insulting, but really is meant to be humorous, I think, in a way. If we think just how wrong Mr. Burling and his wife have been throughout the play. Obviously Mrs. Burling doesn't see the fact that Eric is the father coming. Mr. Burling has got just about everything wrong, obviously starting with the Titanic being unsinkable. The fact that he's now saying it's the younger generation sarcastically that know it all really shows both his arrogance and his ignorance. Finally, we've got the word joke, and for me this links to words like play and golf and sport like we see in other quotes. It shows how life really is a game for the upper classes, the wealthy, the industrialists, who rarely have to face the consequences of their actions or other people's actions. It's always the working class that suffer as a result of them. Have a look in the links box to see when Mr. Burling is being arrogant and patronising to mainly Eric and Sheila throughout the play previously.